Hello everyone, this is Fawad. Welcome to Future on Cloud. I'm going to start a new video series for Microsoft Azure, following the playlist which I am going to cover in this video series, like creation of subscription, resource group, how to create a virtual network, virtual machine, creating of image, how you can add additional storage to your virtual machine, how you can pair the network within the region or globally, the load balancer we will talk about in detail of several type of load balancer. Then we'll move forward for traffic management, CDN, storage services, account type, virtual machine auto scaling, and at the end, I will show you how you can migrate your workload from on-prem to Azure. Um, and we can also prepare a disaster recovery for virtual environment. And I will show you the demo to fail over and fail back from on-prem to Azure and on Azure to on-prem. So this is basically your resource hierarchy. Management group is the administrator who is going to manage that entire subscription. Under this, you can create a subscription, multiple subscription, and assign to uh, different departments for development purpose or for R&D purpose. Under the subscription, you have to create a resource group. Under that resource group, you can create your resources. So let's jump in into our environment so that I'll show you how you can configure it. So now I am going to create a subscription. Then I will prepare a resource group, and under the resource group, we will create a virtual network, then the virtual machine. So as per the playlist, first of all, let's create a subscription, then resource groups. So I have already logged in on my Azure portal. The browser just type portal.azure.com, you will landed on this page. We provide the credentials, and after that, click on the subscription. If it is not visible here, you can start searching from here as well. Subscription, so you can click here. I have already few subscriptions, so let's create a new one. Just give it a name. Future on cloud, let's say FOC. Let's create. It will take couple of minutes. So let's wait for it. Okay, it is created. Let's go to subscription. So now my subscription is created. So let's create a resource group. So if you don't know how to create a resource group, so again you can go to the home page and click on resource search for resource group from the search menu. This is my old subscription, so let's create a new one. Select your resource group. So far it is not reflecting here. Might be I need to re-log in or here it is. Just refresh. This is my subscription which I just created. So let's create a resource group. FOC RG FOC resource group. Select your region. So Middle East region. Create validation path and click on create. Go to the resource group. So my resource group is created. Now our next step is to create a virtual network. Again, go back to home section, click on virtual network. This is under different resource group and different subscription. I'm going to create a new one under my subscription and source group which I have created. So FOC is the new subscription, and FOCRG is the resource group. Give it a name. Let's say vNET 01. Next, leave the security as it is. We'll play with it later on. Let me show you the diagram which I'm going to use in this topology. So for first virtual network, I'm going to use this subnet 10100. So let's create the same 10100. Just remove it. We can create subnet from the same visit, or we can create later on as well. If you click here, add subnet, so here it will ask you to create a subnet, give it a name, but I will not create from here, we will create it from. So let's create virtual network. If everything is fine, the validation will be passed, then only we can create subnet, uh, create a virtual network. So looks like it is passed, so let's create it. As you can see, it take a couple of minutes. Okay, so my virtual network is created. Let me go back to virtual network. Um, Let me select my subscription. Not yet. Here it is. So vNet 1 is created. This is the address space 10100/16. Let's so far nothing is connected here. So let's create a subnet. Subnet name vNet 01. vNet 01. Let's put it 10 at the end. So why I'm putting 10? Because then I'm saying it's a prefix of my subnet. So if you have multiple subnets like 172, 192, so if you add a prefix here, it would be easy for you to recognize it. So vNet 01, it's my first vNet, and last dot is subnet. I believe hash is not allowed. If it's allowed, we can give it the same name. vNet 01, I10. So my subnet is created. So next step is to create a virtual machine. So here you can see that 251 IPs are available. The reason is three IPs are reserved. The first IP 10101 is my gateway. 10102 and 3 are reserved for my DNS, and the fourth one will be allocated to my virtual machine. So let's create a virtual machine now. Again, search here virtual machine, create a virtual machine. So far we have completed three tasks. Now fourth one is going on, create a virtual machine. So select your resource group, give it a name like FOCVM01. FOCVM 01 region is fine. Availability option not required as I'm just doing a testing, so no need any availability zone, right? So secured is trusted. Image we can say Windows 11, that's fine. Um, Size is that's fine. We can go with 2 CPU and 4 gig RAM. So if you want, you can select different option as well based on your requirement. There are multiple options which you can expand and search. Like um, if you need more RAM, you can select all, so it will give you further options. If you need more CPU, just select all. It will give you multiple options with higher CPU, higher memory, right? So I am going to use this one, general purpose. Give it a username. I'll put my name and password. Okay, minimum character length is 12, so that's why quite long. So in the network security group, it will also all automatically allow RDP 3389 if you want HTTP SSH, so you can select from here as well. As I'm using Windows, so RDP is good enough. If you are going to install Ubuntu or Linux, then go ahead and install and allow inbound role for HTTP and SSH. I'll use my own license key, click next or select the disk. There are multiple options, so I'll go ahead with premium standard SSD. Um, let's go with standard SSD, so it will reduce the IOPS, but it will reduce the cost as well. And the networking, this is the option. If you did not create your network earlier, it will create its own network, and you don't have a chance to name your vNET, name your subnet, or specify your own subnet, right? So that's the reason I created network earlier. So I will use the same one, vNet 01, and RTP is allowed. Delete the public IP and delete the PM. Okay, that's good option. And management monitoring advanced, just leave it as defaults and create it. It will take couple of minutes. So let's wait for it until it create the virtual machine. Actually, I need two virtual machine to give you the complete demonstration as I am going to cover vNet to vNet peering as well within the same video. Um, I'll skip these two options for now and I'll jump over to the vNet peering. Once it is done, then I'll come back and create a virtual image and add or assign additional storage. So meanwhile, the VM is creating. Not showing here. Anyway, let me create another one. Create virtual machine. Select resource group. And for CVM02, rest everything is fine. Administrator is not allowed. If you type administrator as it is a reserve, you cannot use. As you can see here, username must not include reserved words. So administrator reserved, so you have to choose another name other than administrator. Mismatch. Okay, here we go. Next, standard SSD, networking, vNet. Here, I don't want to use the same subnet as I wanted to show the vNet pairing. So within the same subnet, pairing is not required. So let me create another subnet. My VM is not hitting red. I cancel it. Anyway, let me create again for the same subnet. Delete the public IP. Let's wait until it completes, otherwise we may end up something mysterious things again. It's okay. So deployment is in progress. Let me open another tab. Create another virtual network. Select our subscription. FOC. Okay. vNet 02. Instead of clicking next, I just created. So if you just click on create and review and create, it will select the default IP address. So we don't want that. So just click next and select the IP address, delete this address space. And as per our topology, we are going to use 192.168.0.0/20, 192.168.0.0, and from here /20. Right. So click on create. Me check what was done. Anyway, session is going on. So let me check the virtual network first. vNet 01. Okay, vNet 01 is the name. So 9106. So I'll give it a name vNet 02. Upper lower is fine, but better to keep vNet make symmetrical. vNet 02. Okay. Let me have a look what's going on with our virtual machine. So it is creating FOC VM01. So let's create, let, let it complete, then we will start the installation of our second virtual machine. Okay, so vNet 2 is also done. So we have vNet 01 and vNet 02 under our resource group. So far we have assigned the address space, nothing is connected, and let's create subnet here. Let me check the name first. What I have given to vNet 1, vNet 0110. Mm, 02192, right? So 192 is the first offlet of my subnet. So in this way, it would be easy for me to recognize which subnet does belong to this subnet, this VNet. So so let's have a look at the connection. Okay, one, as you can see, 10104 IP has been assigned to one of my virtual machine, which is just created here. So let's create another VM. Let's go to same virtual machine name EVM02, username. So, all right. This again standard and network VMnet 02. I will select here, and as you can see, the subnet it detect automatically. And now this VM will get IP from this subnet. And check this option, review and create. So now the first VM which I was created, it was from this subnet, and the second VM will get the IP from this subnet. So the deployment is in process. So we'll wait for a while. Meanwhile, let's try to access this virtual machine which we have created. So the public IP has been assigned automatically, and it is from vNet 01 subnet. So you can directly click on this connect button and it will download RDP file. First of all, it will check the security group and access which is allowed automatically during the creation of virtual machine. As you can see, it is fast. So you can download that RDP file and click here. Mhm. And let me type the credentials. So our first VM is created. So let's wait for the next VM until it is completed. Okay. It's going to create new VM as well. So let's say the IP has been assigned and the net. Okay, so the private IP is 192.168.0.4, which is from vNET 2. So let's access it. You can either connect here or you can just copy this public address and open remote desktop. Yes, and paste the IP address. If it is created, then you will be able to connect. Otherwise, wait for a while. I think it is not ready yet, so let's wait. Till it is creating status. So once it is done, then our next task is, let me complete it. Let me show you its private IP. IP is 10.1.0.4. As I said, the first one is reserved as a gateway, and second and third for DNS. Okay, so now our uh, end goal is to ping 192.168.0.4 virtual machine. And let's put a continuous ping. I'm trying to access this virtual machine, so let it. Okay, now it is running. So let me try to access it again with the same IP. So you can see it is asking for credentials now. So let me log in. FOCVM02. Now what I'll do is I'm trying to ping from this virtual machine to this virtual machine or vice versa. But in this diagram, it is representing for a switch as I am not using Linux VM, so I'll try to do the ping. Let me keep this machine side by side. Also make sure the firewall is off. Let me check the IP first. So its IP is 192.168.0.4. So let's put a ping and dot 1.0.4. I believe this is the IP and 104. Yes. Let's put continuous ping. So let me turn off the firewall of my second VM. Make sure firewall is off. Okay. So still you can see I'm not able to ping. So what would be the reason behind it? The reason is we did not, let me turn off the firewall for this machine as well. So you can see the difference. All right. So firewall is off for both machines now. Ideally, it should give us a ping response. So let's create a VNet pairing first. Then you can see the both PN start pinging. So in order to create a VNet pairing, so let me show you. Now I'm going to perform this task to create a pairing between these two subnets. Go to virtual network and scroll down here. You can see the pairing. This okay. This is VNet 01 pairing. Remote virtual network is vNet 02. I'm going to pair from vNet 01. Just make it simple. Peer link name vNet 01 and remote link is vNet 02. Subscription is the one which we have created, and here you need to select the destination virtual network. If you select your own, it will give you an error. So you have to select the destination virtual network and click. So once this peering is done, it is connected. VM should start pinging. It will take a couple of seconds. So make sure it should be available on the other side as well. The speaker, as you can see, it is available now. And the device is connected on VNet 1 and on VNet 2 as well. Here we go. As you can see, now both VMs start pinging to each other. Right. So far we have completed create subscription, resource group, virtual networking, and VNet pairing for regional VNet. Right. So in next video, I'll show you how you can create a virtual, how you can create an image from the virtual machine, and how you can add additional storage. So this is it for now. Stay tuned, keep watching.